We are here with Tanner Tomassi. We're at Pictona, right outside Daytona Beach at the APP. Tanner, congratulations. I understand you just won Content Creator of the Year for YouTube.
Yep.
And you just transitioned to professional pickleball last year.
Yep.
So you're here playing pro.
Yeah, it's been a fun journey, and I never thought it would come to this, but the videos kind of went hand in hand with my play, so it was cool to have both, because no other job do you really get to be able to compete. It's more or less just working, but with pickleball, being able to compete and work and make money is a fun little combination of the two.
That's amazing. So how did you get into pickleball? Did you have a background in another sport that was related? Or?
Yeah, I played tennis in high school for 3 years, and then I actually transitioned to paintball, and I did that for 6 years.
We have not heard that as a transition.
Yeah.
Obviously we hear tennis, that's a popular one,
yeah.
But paintball, okay.
Yeah.
What level of paintball was that?
I played semi-professional is the ranking.
That's amazing.
But I played professionally in Australia, and I was traveling all around doing that.
Okay.
So it was really fun while it lasted,
Right.
That's awesome. That's an amazing transition.
Yeah.
So what brought you back to a paddle then? Going from a racket to a paintball gun, then to a paddle.
During the pandemic, all the tournaments for paintball came to a halt, obviously. So I didn't really have much to do, and I got into pickleball, and then realized it was on the come up and rising, and it could potentially be a career.
Yeah.
Because at the time I just graduated college, and I was a realtor, and I didn't really know what I was doing or really like it.
Okay.
But I actually created videos for the realtor as well, just like I do now, but for real estate.
Right.
But I just didn't know what I was saying on the screen. At least for the pickleball, I know if I'm saying something that's BS or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I realized that there was more potential with this, and I'm with the tournament stopped, I kind of got hooked on pickleball, and then when the tournaments came back for paintball, I was burnt out from it anyway.
And by then you had developed this passion.
Yeah, I developed the playing passion, and at the time during the pandemic, I was also doing streaming online, Fortnite, if you guys heard of that game, obviously. Yeah. And that's how I kind of learned about all the social media side of it. So I just took what I've learned from the realtor videos, the Fortnite videos, and then just came into pickleball with it.
So you're really marrying a huge amount of different talents into this, obviously, coming from different backgrounds and everything. That's really neat that you were able to bring that into one area.
Yeah, it was super fun. I had a pretty good following of 500,000 on TikTok through the gaming. So I felt I kind of figured out how to capture people's attention pretty quickly with the videos, and I feel nobody really has that background, at least in pickleball videos, besides me. I don't know what other people's backgrounds, but I know that's definitely a big edge that I had.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. So when you start the videos, and you're obviously starting to play pickleball, was it always in the cards to go pro? I mean, was that kind of your idea, or has that kind of evolved as you have done these videos with the training videos?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say at first it wasn't to go pro. It was kind of play locally, see what happens. Okay. And then I quickly became one of the better ones in my area of South Jersey. And from there, like I said, I was a realtor, and I was there's not really much fulfillment here. I'm going to go on all in with pickleball and see what happens. So I knew in order to do that, New Jersey wasn't going to cut it. Yeah. So I was all right, let's go down to Florida. I was I'm going to move to Florida for 3 months and see what happens. And then I ended up falling in love with it. And I'm I'm just not going to leave. So it was pretty cool.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
And how long ago was that?
That was last September. So I've been there probably about a year and a half.
Okay.
And I feel it really jump-started my career, and because I see people in my hometown still, and they're all kind of doing the same things, where I feel getting out of my environment of the hometown really helped me mature as a person and take off in pickleball terms,
Right. I can see that. Well, back home in Maryland and Pennsylvania, there was a snowstorm, and we're here in Daytona in tank tops. So a transition to a move to Florida is sounding pretty good, actually, and the training aspect, because we're both competing in the sport. And to be able to play like this all year round, there would be so many more opportunities.
Right, I totally agree. Just you're able to be outside. I think just the quality of life is better here in general. Just that you're outside, you have the sun, the people are happy, the people are healthy because they can be outside. Right.
Yeah.
We're at home, it's you're inside watching TV, waiting for the bar on the weekend or something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's more isolating.
Yeah.
And not as much pickleball.
Yeah, yep.
So outside of pickleball, are you doing anything off-court training related, or like gym-wise, nutrition-wise? What does that look like for you since you're transitioning into pro?
Yeah, so I have a guy that does like high-performance tennis coaching for like the gym. So I've been with him now for probably about like 3 months. And he's really like, the focus is really just like strengthening my entire body, but specifically like my legs with like just the horizontal movement, the vertical movement, and just making sure my legs are really like stable. Like for instance, my left leg is like much stronger than my right leg. So trying to just like balance all that out. That's been good. I go with him like 3 days a week. And then I do like 2 days a week in the gym myself. And, oops.
We seem to be getting all the audio interruptions. So for this, at least everybody knows that we're definitely at a tournament.
Right.
Yeah,
this is
true.
authentic.
Yeah, this is very authentic.
Yeah, and besides that, I really enjoy surfing. So I don't know if that's like cross training, but
I would say so.
Some exercise, it's good, right?
I mean, snowboarding got me into some of the best shape as far as core goes.
Oh, sweet.
I love to snowboard. So if snowboarding season, I'd rather have this and surf.
Right.
But I did notice whenever I got into snowboarding, like my core strength went through the roof.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it was like the best core training I've ever done in my life from every sport I've done.
Right.
So yeah.
I did a little bit of snowboarding, but nothing like serious. I would just go to the mountain once or twice a year, and it was a fun activity.
I enjoy it. I've tamed it back a little because I don't want to hurt myself for pickleball.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's fun to. I like to throw in a bunch of different cross training. Like we said, we are big into cross training off court.
Right.
So weighted vests, weighted jump ropes, speed ropes.
Oh, sweet.
We'll go on hikes with the weighted vests. Sarah's up to 30 pounds. I'm up to 35.
Oh my gosh.
It's really fun.
Yeah. It's really helpful.
I've never tried that. Maybe I should get the weighted vest.
Yeah, no,
highly
it's amazing.
recommend it.
Really?
You get shredded and your cardiovascular is getting the best workout. And then if you think about it, if you're running and there's any type of incline with a weighted vest, then you go on a flat pickleball court with your own body weight, and it's so much easier to just run to the ball.
Right. I should look into that.
Sprint intervals.
You can get them on Amazon.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
Maybe I should give that a try.
Yeah, and even just walking. Like if you just go out for a walk with it, like if you're just gonna go out and like enjoy a day at the beach, or enjoy a nice walk in the afternoon, you throw that on, you have extra weight on you.
Really?
Yeah, you're burning extra calories.
Look into that.
Yeah, for sure.
I have friends who walk their dog with the weighted vest just to maximize that time.
Really? That's pretty interesting. I haven't seen anybody with it. I mean, I've seen it like here and there, but to meet you guys, that's good info from me.
Yeah.
And then also the weighted jump rope, we're up to 5 pounds with that. And that just builds, I mean, all of it. Like think of it like, even like a backhand flick or whatever.
Right.
Like for me as a woman, like upper body strength is not as strong as my lower body. And it has increased drastically just since the summer from using the 5 pound weighted jump rope.
Maybe I should hire you guys to get me off the court.
The cool thing with all the training too is that since it's weighted, you get in like a half an hour, you get what most people would spend 2 to 3 hours doing.
Really?
Oh,
yeah, and I mean, I'm not a personal trainer by any means, nobody quote me on it. I don't have any stats on it, but just from my own physical appearance, like I know for a fact, like I went from 150 pounds to 165, we're in the same pant size, changed my diet some, a lot more protein, but like everything, and then you get done the run, you go do push-ups with it, I mean, it's everything. It's a full body workout and it's mobile. So
we take it. It's in the back of our car.
Yeah, we both have them in the car.
Really?
Yeah. So especially with car camping, like if we go hike, we were down in Tennessee doing interviews, went out for a hike, throw the weighted vest on, and we're out hiking in Tennessee.
I should look into that. I'm gonna read more about it. That seems like a great. I mean, the way you're saying it makes
so easy. And then there's some trips. With flying, it's not that hard to throw the weighted jump rope into the bag. The weighted vest is too heavy, but a weighted jump rope, 5 pounds.
I like the sound of that too, the weighted jump rope. I haven't tried, I haven't jumped rope normal in forever, but I could see that. I could get like the forearms.
Yeah, I hadn't either. It's such a great workout.
And then the speed rope on top of it, just as like a final burn down.
Right.
So like what we really like to do is we'll go out for a run with the weighted vest, weighted jump rope, and then speed rope until like almost failure.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's been really fun.
That's crazy. I don't
know about fun. But
Yeah.
No. I mean, getting in like shape, healthy. I'm all in for that.
And then the purpose is to make the pickleball game better.
Right.
So it's a great workout.
That's amazing. I'm seriously gonna look into that.
Yeah, you definitely should. You definitely should.
It's a lot of fun. So I have a question about your videos that you make. Did you have a demographic in mind when you began them? Because I noticed a lot of your content is geared towards the players at the park, which seems to be the largest segment of the pickleball population, even as the pro segment grows. It's the players at the park that are really fueling the sport. Did you intend for that to be your main demographic, or what direction were you planning?
Yeah, that's spot on. I know I used to give like a lot of lessons before I started the videos.
Okay.
And nobody like really above like 4.0 would even want to take the lessons. You know, like they think they're too good.
They already know everything.
Even if they're not, but they think they do.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew like for me in the videos, it wouldn't really make sense to like try to do advanced tips. Pretty much like the way I got into the videos was I gave so many lessons and I just repeated myself like 1,000 times to every person that came in. Like if somebody's like, I never played pickleball before and I'm teaching them, like I already know exactly what they need to work on. You know what I mean? And same thing, if somebody's like a 3-5 and they come in, I know exactly what they need just from giving so many.
It's like a formula.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, I might as well just like do videos because if like these 10 people here in South Jersey are struggling with it, I'm sure somebody in Kansas and California, like India, somebody's going to be struggling with the same thing everywhere.
So you say it once and then...
Yeah, exactly. And then after I made the videos, I'm like, there's not really even a point of me teaching. I'd rather just make these evergreen videos rather than one-on-one like trade time for money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. And did you think of that formula from scratch in terms of like the 60-second, like learn your forehand dink in 60 seconds? It's amazing because who doesn't have time to sit there and learn that shot in 60 seconds? Did you think of that?
I appreciate that. Yeah, I actually get asked that question a lot. The way that it actually developed was I bought a microphone, like one like this, and I couldn't figure out like how to connect it to my phone. Like the simplest thing. I'm like, I'm not the most tech savvy person, and I'm like, oh my god. So I'm trying to look up videos for it.
Right.
And the video that came up, like the only one is like a 20-minute video, and I'm like trying to scroll through to find where the guy's like how to turn it on or whatever.
Right.
And like it's such a basic thing, and I'm like, if there was a video that was just like a YouTube short or something that was like how to turn on the Rode microphone in 60 seconds, I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna watch that whole thing.
Just get to the point, please.
Yeah. And then after that, like after I had that realization, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that for my videos. And then it kind of like just caught fire. Everybody like loves that. So I'm lucky I found that niche.
So just from a viewer standpoint, so it was probably exactly a year ago, I knew that there were certain shots that I had a deficit transitioning from tennis to pickleball. And I would literally go to your channel and look up by shot to try and teach myself at home before I met John, because now John is able to coach me and help me develop. But I would use your content to teach myself just shot by shot because I knew which ones I needed to work on.
I love
and I had no idea what to do or where to start. So I would just watch 60-second video and then I'd go to the courts and I just had that one tip in my head.
That's phenomenal. That's exactly like how I guess envisioned it somewhat, which is why like on Instagram I try to put like the titles of it so you can scroll through. That's great that you have that.
Yeah, I love the format that you have. That's a formula that works.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
What would you, for any young content creators or anyone that wants to get into content creation, especially around pickleball, obviously it's blowing up. It's kind of like the wild, wild west right now. You know, you said that you like made this big move to Florida. You know, like you've made some pretty ballsy moves as far as what that, you know, but it's paid off. So, you know, maybe at different levels, what would your advice be to those that are thinking about doing it? Yeah,
if somebody's looking to, we'll say, do the content and not play per se, or whatever, but if somebody's looking to do the content, my secret formula that nobody like seems to believe is just my level of consistency and discipline. Of like, I've done a video every day for like 500 and I think like 31 days or something. That's all it is. Even if your videos are like not extremely good, if you do something for that long, like you're gonna have success. And a lot of people say to me like, I don't know how you do it. And when I did my gaming online, I was making some money from that, but I streamed for 3 years, 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours at night. I missed maybe 9 days in 3 years of being on like that. And when I was playing like the paintball tournaments, which were fairly often, I'd say maybe like once every 2 months, I purchased like a portable setup. So a laptop, a camera, a second monitor, and I would travel with that. So I made sure I never missed any days streaming. Because with the streaming, if you're not physically on there, like you can't make money. Whereas these videos, like you can post it. That's why I like this so much better. But the fact that I was able to do that, like one video a day is like a cakewalk doing that in the past. So the thing that I would tell a new creator is just try to have as least friction as possible. Like the way you guys are doing it, you're pumping out interviews. That's all it is. It doesn't need to be perfect and have the best camera and then the microphone and then the edits. Like you just post it. It's not that hard.
That was one of the things that was stopping us from starting. Sarah actually was the one that pushed me, because with my background in marketing and advertising, with like the brands that I've worked with, everything in my mind has to be perfect. Right. And she's like,
just polished and professional.
Because I was like, okay, I went through this checklist and I was like, and then this needs done and this needs done and this, and she was like, let's just do it. Like, and then, you know, we can move forward.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, you know.
That's exactly it. And like, if you just improve your video, like, I think like Mr. B says it, like do a video and then watch it back and try to improve it 1% each time. Like you're better off doing that than like trying to get it perfect and then starting. Because there's so much friction, you won't even want to do it at that point. You know?
Just make a start.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have found some great traction with that and just being authentic. Like here we are, like we just played this morning, we're all sweaty. It's like 80 something degrees.
Right.
And we've never met. We're just having an authentic conversation.
Yeah.
And I think that resonates a lot with viewers rather than something that's so curated.
I agree.
And perfect.
Yeah, like the raw is it's way better. I think it's the way to do it rather than like
genuine.
production.
Yeah.
They want genuine.
I agree.
Yeah. No, this is awesome. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day.
Yeah, thank you, Tanner.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a huge congratulations on the YouTube award. That's amazing. And we wish you nothing but continued success.
I appreciate
you to follow along on the journey.
Thank you guys. I like being on here, so I'm excited to see it online and follow your channel.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.